Introducing the Sharma family. Meet Parvarti and her ragdoll cat Rani, owners of the Thistle Teapot, Finchwick's resident tea house and gossip hub for the village WI, and Lady Evelyn Henford's scheming ways. What secrets will Parvarti uncover? Only time will tell. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to World Renovation, Henford and Bagley edition. It has been quite a long time since I last uploaded to this channel, and I just wanted to apologise for that first and foremost. I've just struggled really finding that work-life balance with creating content for YouTube, but also enjoying the strangely incredible summer that we're experiencing in London and in the UK in general. And it's actually very hot in my office at the moment. I've got a fan blasting on me, so I hope the microphone is not picking it up. But I'm really excited to start creating content a bit more frequently now and getting back into the swing of things, and very much looking forward to playing around with the Enchanted by Nature expansion pack that's just been released this week. I initially didn't think I was going to like that pack just due to the nature of it being an occult pack, but I've seen some really cool things in Build and Buy, and I think it's really going to work for this build file that we've got going on with World Renovation. And I definitely want to play around with the alchemist skill and create some kind of hidden, tucked away thatched cottage for some of the more kind of discreet lots in Henford and Bagley. But since the gargantuan task that was Henford Manor is finally complete, we've moved to Finchwick Village, and welcome to the Thistle Teapot. Now, I did a little bit of an intro to the Sim and her lovely cat, who owns and runs this tea house. I was really inspired by a lot of the traditional tea houses that I've seen in the Cotswolds and in Bath, and I just wanted it to be a social hub really, particularly for the WI members and Lady Evelyn of Henford and Bagley, and I wanted to make it quite twee and quite cutesy, but also with a realistic edge. So initially I wanted to go for a thatched kind of build to nestle in with the surrounding buildings, but I think I might save that for the pub, which is just a little bit down the road, and some more residential properties instead. Now, we're doing things a little bit differently since I'm very much out of touch with building, and I've built the shell of the Thistle Teapot away from camera. Normally I would have started from scratch, as you had seen from Henford Manor, but I just really wanted to get the foundations down. I knew it was going to take me forever just to build this small little lot, and I'm really happy with how it came out. So I'll give you a quick tour, and I thought maybe for this first initial part we can landscape this area and then continue on how we would with creating floor plans and decorating, etc. So without further ado, let's get into the Thistle and Teapot. Okay, so as you can see, I've taken inspiration from some of the surrounding builds, particularly over to this area with this stonework, and I really liked how there's a differentiation of tones in this particular stone. I think it's from the bowling pack, so it's not even from Cottage Living, but I really liked that it was different to Henford Manor. It felt like a step change and a little bit brighter, a little bit lighter. So initially I've created a central entrance here with a sign above. The bistro pack, I can't remember what's the specific name, but that really came in handy for some of the more realistic looking signage for this tea house. I've added some seating, outdoor seating, complete with teapots, and a few planters. I've also wanted to include some actual thistles which were in the catalogue, given the name, and we'll continue on with some thistle landscaping around the edges. I also played around with some platforms, so instead of it just being a straight on box, I quite like the idea of having a bit of a pavement. And the thing I quite liked about this lot is that it connected via a natural pathway, so it felt a little bit more in keeping with a commercial central village hub. And I like all the details that are surrounding this area. Made use of some of the ivy from the Live Edit catalogue and just swamped it around different parts of the build. It's really inspired by what we did with Henford Manor and just wanted to continue that theme more than anything. Around this side, there's some more outdoor seating. Couldn't quite get this flush since it's a debug piece, but I think I can overlook it, and I might just even hide it with some landscaping if we get around to that today. And then I've not really done anything in the interior, apart from adding the all-important net curtains, which is going to be necessary for a tea house, to take the grid off. So it's quite a big space to work with. And I'll probably add some toilets in the corner, obviously kind of desk, till space, and then lots more seating. And then as we move to the side, this is the private garden entrance for Parvarti, which is the sim that was introduced to you guys in the intro. And her own staircase. I thought it'd be quite nice to have a balcony moment here. Little post box. And then this will be her upstairs flat, not apartment. It's very British, it has to be a flat. And it's actually quite a substantial space for one sim. So I'll be excited to get into that as well and reflect her personality. I've pulled some windows from Cottage Living, and I really love this blue shutter shade, that really deep. Well, actually, no, it's kind of a faded navy, but I like the contrast with the lighter stonework. And then I've also added some contrasting white elements. There's a touch of thatch here, but I just wanted to make it apparent that this was a bay, and within it, it'd be quite a nice moment to have a table and chairs here. Maybe this is like Lady Evelyn and the WI's private table reserved just for them. So I think what I'd like to do is continue on with the landscaping. We're going to go for a lot of whites, a lot of purples, and these kind of cool tones, despite there being a lot more warmer flowers here. So I'm just going to pull out a bevy of flowers, and then we can start placing them together. Okay, I haven't pulled out too many things, but the all-important thistle, I'm going to do this in 2 shades. You know what, I'm going to move this tree out of the way just so you can see. Oh, these trees are really pretty. These are from the debug catalogue, and they're also from the Cottage Living pack. I really like the white florals on it. And then I thought I'd reflect some of the landscaping, so this is kind of a useful hedge to have to fill up some space. Got some purple roses, which I don't think is a realistic flower, but nonetheless works with the colour scheme. And we've got some irises and also some white thistle as well. So I think maybe let's start by placing some of this in the hedgerows. Are you floating? Can't tell. Maybe I might have to go down with the tool mod. And then I might just fill this up. But while we're doing that, oh, you are floating. It's because you are near the foundation. Oh well, I'll use the tool mod to get that working. But how is everyone? I hope everyone's been enjoying the sun wherever you are, and I'd love to hear in the comments what you've been up to. I have missed you guys lots, and also missed just the interaction and speaking to you guys about Henford Manor. That was a big task, I'm not going to lie, and I thought I'm kind of proud of myself with starting my channel that way, because it was a big undertaking, I won't lie. You guys seem to have enjoyed it too, because it's doing quite well on the gallery at the moment, and you can find all my builds on the gallery under Curio Sims. Just going to plug myself there. But how are you feeling about the new EP? I'm looking forward to playing around with it. I think I'd quite like to do like a glass build, floor to ceiling glass build. And I thought it was quite nice that they added some swatches where you could kind of match it with the roof tile, I believe, and create some cool looking greenhouses, which will come very much in handy with this save file. So I don't know how I feel about actually playing it, and I don't think I'm going to run this channel as a Let's Play channel, but never say never. I could potentially do it, but I don't think I am built out for that. I'm much quieter Sims player. I don't know if you can notice or not. Let's just add... I like that I've swamped this area in some thistle, because, you know, makes it very apparent that this is the Thistle Teapot. And the lore behind this lot is that Parvarti, the sim who owns the Thistle, she actually inherited this from her father, and her family has been living in Henford for quite a few decades, and she grew up working at the Thistle Teapot as a child, well, legally, as a child, and then took over the family business once her father retired, and she's really made the business prosper. And she's all in on the gossip of Lady Henford and her WI members. She's actually not a part of the WI, but I quite like that she's kind of the town gossip. I think it kind of makes sense in this world where all the kind of commercial owners have some say in the goings on in the village. And right next door will be where the church is going to be. And actually, I think the church is here, and this will be Vicar's dwellings. So it's quite nice to have that storyline all in one. But other than the Sims content, how has everyone been? We've been watching Andor, which is on Disney Plus. We finished the first season last week, I think it was. And then we're now on season 2. Now, I will say it's a little bit slow, but not that that's a problem, but it's just you have to pay attention, and sometimes I do drop off while I'm watching it, but it's definitely worth a watch. And I think the CGI is quite good actually. And why am I creating this random hole here? Maybe I'll just add some stuff in. See, I knew I was going to be out of practice, but you have to forgive me for this first video. I'm probably going to be rambling and placing things in weird ways, and then I'll just perfect it over time. But as I was saying, yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. And alongside that, I've also been watching The Gilded Age. Very happy that that's come back, and I love that show. It's so decadent and so rich. It fills the hole where, well, pun not intended. It fills the hole where Downton was, and I really miss that show. I don't know about you guys, but I always do a Downton rewatch once September starts. It's a very like autumn facing show for me, and yeah, it just gives me the vibes. So I love that The Gilded Age fills that void for me. And also there's some like gorgeous costumes in there, and gorgeous scenery and sets and things, and actually very inspiring for building. I think I should really take inspiration actually and do a Gilded Age manor. I think that would look cool in the Strangerville world, because there's some Queen Mary houses, I believe. So I might give that a go actually. Just thought about that on the spot. Let's get the tree back in this place. Move you around here. I think I had it in a nice position before. I really like, well, gonna blow my own horn, really like how I've climbed the wisteria up the frontage. And I thought it was quite nice. I saw this on, what am I thinking of? Instagram. Saw a cute little cafe that had some bunting around the edge. And I think it might nicely tie into the square where they have all the produce fairs and festivals. So I did want to make that apparent by adding the bunting around the area. Yeah, happy with this came out. I'm sorry I didn't start with building it as I normally would have, but I just knew I was going to be out of practice, and you guys, it would have been, I don't know, an hour and a half video, and I don't think you guys would have appreciated that. Or maybe you would, so who knows. But there definitely will be more diverse content coming out on my channel soon, particularly with the new pack. Do you want to get to grips? I think I have a build in mind where I'd quite like to make a caravan, like a cool Bohemian inspired caravan on some wheels. So that will be coming shortly. I'd quite like to do a bit more speed builds on this channel, not because they're time saving, but just to explore a few different more build styles. Yeah, I think that's quite nice actually there. I do need to add actual terrain paint here so it just looks a lot more realistic. Perfect. Also, very excited. I'm just going off on random tangents, so you have to forgive me. Very excited for the proposed Devil Wears Prada 2 film coming out. That was like my, I wouldn't say gay awakening. It was like my fashion awakening, because I actually work in fashion, not in design or anything, but in marketing. And that and Ugly Betty for me were really inspiring for me to get into the industry and to move to London when I was young. And yeah, I'm really happy that that film's coming out. I'm really surprised, guys. I didn't think. Oh, see, I don't even know what I'm doing with my keys. Goodness sake. I'm really surprised because I didn't think Meryl Streep was going to do any. Why are you doing that every time I? Is it because you're connected to a? Goodness sake, Chris. As I was saying, I'm surprised that Meryl Streep is doing a sequel. I know she did Mamma Mia 2, but I just didn't think she would do The Devil Wears Prada. And also Anne Hathaway is reprising her role as Mia Thermopolis for The Princess Diaries 2, which I'm very excited about as well. Don't know why I'm now Anne Hathaway's biggest fangirl, but I am. I really like her as an actress. But yeah, very much looking forward to that. It's actually inspired. I went to go and visit my mum last week for her 60th. Shout out to my mum if she ever does watch this. And not related to that, but when we went, we were waiting just on the Sunday before our train, Vin and I, we had Remains of the Day on the TV. And that in turn reminded me of The Secret Garden. It's kind of that same vibe of film, very like stuffy English house, and I was getting low-key PTSD from Henford Manor, but also a lot of build inspiration from it as well. And I think I'd quite like to create another big house in the area. Don't know where. Maybe in like more of the pastoral area. Hey, this is coming together. Might just put in another bush here. See, while I've waffled on, I've actually got a little bit done. It's looking a lot more nestled into the landscape. I also use these planters as well. I don't know where they're from. Let's see. Get Together. Gosh, that's a blast from the past. Just to conceal that overhang. Quite like how it gives a front entrance to this tea house. Use some terrain paint here with the little stonage. We won't focus on this area because I'd quite like to get the predominantly get the commercial side down. Probably could do with another tree. Let's go to that area. I do have my live edit on, so there's probably going to be a million to choose from. Don't think I'd like to go for this. Maybe something in this realm. Let's filter to cottage living. So I've already got this bad boy out, and I think you're a bit tall for this area. Can I squeeze you in? I think I can if I just put it at the corner. Looking at my other monitor just to check. Yeah, I like it there. I keep bumping up and down on this lot and I'm not sure why. Yeah, let's add that in that corner. Low and steady. Doesn't win the race clearly because I have not uploaded in 2 weeks, and I'm just going to keep dragging myself for that and apologising profusely. But I am back, so hello everyone. Might add another one of these planters out here to fill up the void. And that could work, and you just see a peak of flowers. It's actually crazy. I never realised once I started creating content for YouTube that if I do have a bit of a lull, I just forget any technique. I forgot my OBS settings. My camera was kind of messed up. Thought I wasn't recording audio earlier, which was going to be a nightmare. But you know, it's the process, and it's something I'm going to have to get used to if I want to do this, because I do enjoy recording for you guys, and I love getting your feedback and discussing different things aside from Sims as well. And I'm glad that you've really taken this build series on and enjoyed it. See, I'm waffling again. Right. Oh, it's because, the reason why I was flying over the screen before when I was trying to lift, I was doing control instead of command on my keyboard. Goodness me. Learning on the job. Let's get some more thistles in this area. Very pretty. Thistles in real life actually don't really look like the game thistles, but... Oh yes, and we've got the debug lavender. That could be a nice space filler. Let's add that there. Have another boy here. Or girl. And let's add here as well. Lovely jubbly. Let's squeeze one in here as well so it's not... Let's do a bit of a 9 key up. Nice. I think it's just about creating depth. I mean, I'm not saying this is perfect. It's not. I'll probably go away and refine it off camera, but yeah, it's just adding some depth to an otherwise empty lot by layering. There's no rhyme or reason really to landscaping. No, that looks silly there. And also learning to admit when you're wrong. Let's add some white. It's looking very purple in this area. And we can also bring over some iris as well. Love some iris. Back on the theme of film, I watched the new, well, I guess it's not new anymore, but I watched the newest Bridget Jones, and what a sad film that was. And I really like the tone change for it as well. I mean, there's always peak British comedy for those films, but I thought they really dealt with grief and being a widow and played it off with some humor and dating, and yeah, it's such a nice film. And also what a beautiful house that Bridget and her children live in Hampstead. I actually forgot it was being filmed there because I think last year or the year before, whenever it came out, there were shots of her in Borough Market, which I thought was fun because I guess her original house, well, flat, is in that area. And I actually go past her flat on my way to work sometimes. The train just runs along her flat with the balcony, although in the film itself the balcony is much bigger and it's very small in real life. And I'm wondering if someone actually even lives there because it's very loud. We live kind of close to a train station and it's pretty loud sometimes. But yeah, really enjoyed that film. It was cool seeing Leo Woodhull in that film, following his White Lotus. And what was that adaptation from that book? It was in for Netflix. I can't remember. It was a David Nichols book, I think. Really enjoyed that as well. Oh, it's coming together. Wondering whether I should do any water moments, but then I don't want to overcomplicate this lot. Maybe I should just get some more hedges to fill up the void. I think what I learned from Henford Manor, it being such a gigantic lot, is to just pick a colour palette and stick to it, and then everything won't feel too overwhelming once you're adding the finishing touches. But I hope you're happy that we're on a commercial space, and also in Finchwick Village as well. I just wanted a bit of a step change away from the farmlands and the wide open expanses. It's cool to be in and amongst the village. And really nice, actually. I love this world. I think I was a little bit disappointed with the new EP that the world looked just like any old world that we've had. I mean, we've had so many of these Americanized green residential worlds, but I'd really look forward to having a city world next. I know we have city living and a few variations, you know, with different packs, but I really want a true new city and more apartments because I love furnishing apartments and playing around with interiors. I actually think I really enjoy just interior design in general and adding details to builds. I hope that's apparent in my builds on the channel. Let's twist this round. I forgot about the iris actually. Let's add a few in this area so it's nice to have a bit of detail. These are really well made actually, these items. Be open to some suggestions for the new Enchanted by Nature pack actually, for some build inspiration. If you let me know what you'd like me to build and take advantage of with the content, I'll be more than happy to deliver. Be cool to do some like fairy-esque, I mean, well obviously, but like fairy-esque builds, some more whimsical, mystical builds. Things that aren't entirely rooted in realism be a nice change for me. I'm doing all the kind of realistic-like builds. Nice, that's looking really lush. Very happy with that. With the tree in the corner as well. Very nice. Might add a bit more iris around this edge. Let's get down to this level so I know what I'm doing. Maybe just do a row of iris down this way. Pick out some of the flowers. Lovely. But yeah, to be honest in truth, I've not even really been watching YouTube aside from not creating content recently. Yeah, when it gets to summer, I'm always just out and about or busy, and me and Vin have so many social occasions, it's crazy. Like every weekend we seem to be booked up, which I know I shouldn't complain because it's, you know, have things to do, but sometimes it's nice to have a chill session. And then whenever I got around to wanting to film, I was so tired from being out that I just had no motivation, so... But hey, I'm back. I'm doing my thing. And adding random rocks around the area. Oh, that's nice, the mossy one. Acting as if I've never used this rock before. I think it's nice that the closer it gets to the wall that it feels a bit mossy in a way. Maybe let's add you. Yeah. Some very loud crows. Oh, I don't like that there. Yeah, some very loud crows ahead of me. There's a big tree in front of my office and so many birds that just perch on it. So hopefully you can't hear that while I'm recording. Nice. Lovely. Yeah, let's get another one of you. Where can I put that? Well, you're already around here. Maybe here, actually. Let's size you down and lift you up a touch. Nobody's gonna see that it's not within the flooring. Flying all over the shop here. Might bring you down one more, actually. Perfect. And yeah, I just picked out some... It's kind of a mix, really, of the bistro pack. I need to get the name of that down. Let me just find it. 1 second, please. It's a kit, isn't it? Cozy Bistro. So the Cozy Bistro pack and also Cottage Living with some extra details. I actually makeshift some of these planters with some lavender. Might be nice to add some of that around here just to have a nice finishing part to the landscaping. Maybe here. It's nice. literally added one planter. Maybe I should add the planter here, or should I have it growing out the ground? I don't know. And let's add some terrain paint, shall we? Bring the softness down, the circle down. And let's go for let's test it out actually. Should we go for this one? Yeah, let's go for the smarter soil. And just add where it's appropriate. Let's get in amongst the trees. Ah, can't see anything. Also been really excited by the Paralyzed updates. I'm really looking forward to that game. It's so lovingly crafted, and they've really taken time out to listen to people's feedbacks. Oh, I don't like that harsh line. Listen to people's feedbacks and implement the changes, and yeah, it just looks so well made. And it's cool that they've finally given a release date. Not that I can remember off the top of my head, but that's definitely going to be a game I'm going to introduce to the channel. I'll always rely and take inspiration from building in The Sims, but I think it'd be cool to work on a game that's a little bit more, well, a different style, I guess. Maybe doesn't quite have The Sims limitations. Yeah, I can't imagine The Sims is going anywhere anytime soon, but a bit of healthy competition is always good. Yeah, let's add that there. I'm thinking maybe of adding, I mean, this is going to be very tedious, but a bit of dirt around here, because it doesn't really make sense having this so green in this area. But yeah, I always wanted to achieve a commercial lot that had a residential space above. And I'm really happy we can finally do that in the game. Even though, like I said earlier, it might be a bit janky and a bit broken, but, you know, for gameplay purposes, I'm going to make it apparent that the owner of this establishment lives above. And then that way it feels a bit more in-depth. Once I get around to, I mean, this is going to go on forever, I can imagine, this save file, but once I get around to finishing the save file, it's going to be cool to have all these lots that are really enriched by different characters. I'm going to get around there in the next part, I think. Don't dwell too much on the details. Get the circle back up a little bit. Not too fussed about the harsher line on this corner because you can't really see anything since it's swamped in landscaping. And I think here I'll really just add the soil. Get rid of any green space. Yes. It's really nice actually. For my mum's 60th, we rented a canal boat as a family, and we obviously went down the canal. And everyone that kind of owned a canal boat had a mooring with their own garden, and it was really cute seeing what they did to the gardens. I saw somebody had their own private reading room. It was like a pergola, and with their like a contained pergola with a reading chair and books, and it was so sweet. And I saw some really eclectic looking gardens, like mannequins with fishing poles, and yeah, such a different way of life to people that live on land, I guess. And everyone's really friendly. I think that'd be kind of a cool build, inspiration to take for a build, creating a canal boat. Something I'd definitely look into. It'd be cool to play around with proportions and try and sneak in some beds and seating spaces, make it as realistic as possible. But yeah, it's such a sweet day. And also lucky that people that like live along the canal as well. Like we looked online there was a house up for sale, and I think it was going for like $500,000 or something, which for the area we're in was very expensive. But I guess it pays to have a beautiful uninterrupted view. So some people are very lucky. Very jealous of them. But yeah, we had a good day nonetheless. Yeah, I think that's looking nice and lush. Just show a bit more detail as well. So I've added a little awning here, again from the Cozy Bistro pack. Actually, no, it's not. I think it's from Businesses and Hobbies. Oh no, it's not. It's from Cozy Bistro pack. It's nice, it lights up overnight. Got a little lantern and some floral arrangements, as I was saying. Really love the shuttered windows. I think it's very cute. Some baskets as well. I am actually going to landscape Parvarti's private garden. I wasn't going to do it and save it for the next part, but I figured since we're landscaping, we may as well. Now, I don't want to add too much furniture in here, but I'd quite like a washing line. That'd be kind of cute to have as a bit of gameplay, but also a bit of realism as well. Oh, is it not called the washing line? Let's go to laundry day. And let's go to shore. Oh, it's a clothesline. Will I put it here? Potentially. I might just do you in a light wood, so you're matching in with everything. Yeah. I don't know if I want to go the whole hog of having a wash tub, though it would be quite cute. I think I'll just leave it like that for now. Let's carry on some of the bushes, the debug bushes, just to fill up this space. Push you around as well, so it's not completely mirrored. Are you sticking through at all? Oh, let's get down to the level, Chris. Goodness sake. Nice. Might add a few purple roses, isn't it? Purple roses in this area as well. I'd quite like to bring out some of the iris around this area. I know in this pack we have different blades of grass as well. Might be quite nice to add. Let's filter it to cottage living. Ah, here, perfect. Need a small one. Did a makeshift garden gate here. Yeah, it's quite nice actually. Yeah, I did a makeshift garden gate just because I wanted to have this moment of it kind of just being left open while she's come downstairs to work a shift. Felt very realistic in a way. Let's get some more. And her cat, Rani, I think I've called her. It's going to be a house cat. I'm not going to let the cat run free. But I'm also excited to introduce some pets to the save file as well. So it'd be kind of cute to introduce a cat for Parvati because maybe it's a cat that she's like inherited from her dad or something. I don't know. I've not really thought about the storyline for that, but she's very spoiled, this cat, and doesn't want for anything. I wonder if we should have any toadstools. Are they called toadstools? Not sure. Oh, there's more. That's cute, actually. Let's go for the longer one. Let's size you down. Hopefully there's no interruption from the gameplay. Maybe I'll just pull it out to be safe. This is a nice idea, that it's all scattered. Me pretending that I've never seen this before. I'm kind of excited for the landscaping that's going to come with the new EP. And I think after this video I'll probably take a gander and see what the build and buy mode looks like. I'm wondering if you guys would be interested in me doing a reaction video. I mean, it's so oversaturated on YouTube with people, I mean in a good way, people looking at the build and buy and the casts, and it's certainly something I look at when I'm buying a new pack. But yeah, let me know if you would find it interesting, me looking through the build and buy. I won't look through casts, since it's not my forte. But maybe change things up on the channel and do something a bit different. Also added a recycling bin, although technically this would be green. I'm going to change it to brown, and an actual normal refuse bin as well. Again, for a bit of realism. Add some more iris in here. Size you down as well. Don't think I'll go too overboard with this side garden. I think it's just nice for Parvarti to have a little bit of space to herself. I'm wondering whether I add a table and chairs of some descript. Maybe let's give that a go. Fully winging this part of the build. I did not pre-plan this. And I also have a garden bench as well. Choices. Instead, I've pulled out a garden bench. It's looking a bit crowded having a table and chairs, and it's also not really necessary since they'll be seating around the exterior of the cafe. Not the cafe, sorry. The tea room, the tea house. But I thought maybe it'd be nice to add a few planters in here, and I'll probably make it apparent that she's a green thumb and really into gardening. And I'll add, probably in gameplay, some plants in this area. I wonder what shade we should go for. Maybe we should reflect what we've done on the outside and add the same. Let's add another one over here as well, shall we? And maybe one here. Although it'd be quite nice to have an actual plant in this area. I'm going to go for a hanging basket instead, given the space constraints. Also going to get the same light as well. This oil gas lamp. Is that the same size? Oh no, I did size you down actually. Size you down. And I also pulled out this object here. That was kind of nice with the lavender peeping out from the top. I didn't really want to go for this colour swatch, but it's the only one that had the purpley tones. Yeah, I definitely add some more detail off camera. I'm also wondering whether I need to add a railing, but of course we still have that railing glitch where it goes into the wall, so perhaps not. But I think, friends... Oh, let's get on the right shot. That's enough for this part. I'm mentally exhausted, mentally frazzled, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please give it a like and subscribe. You can also find me on all my social channels under CurioSims, and as I mentioned, I will be uploading a lot more in the coming weeks. I hope you're enjoying this series as much as I am, and there'll definitely be some different kind of content and also some creative videos coming up with some speed builds and messing around with the new Enchanted by Nature EP. Looking forward to that very much. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.